This week, I have Shade Ladipo with me. She's a travel entrepreneur and TV presenter and has also been on radio and a film as well, right?
Yes, yes. I'm a newbie with film.
She's so humble. We also have Joshua in with us, Joshua Ajitana, who is a life coach and motivational speaker.
Hey, what's up?
And we are here to talk about the Mile High Club, the Low High Club, the club of people who have one partner too many. We're talking about open relationships. Is this something that doesn't happen in Africa? Is this an Oyinbo thing? Is it a rich man problem?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
The thing is, to me, I believe that it's always been there. It's been hiding in plain sight. But it's just that this day and age, we're starting to talk more. I feel like Africa's finding their voice. So the stuff that we used to sweep under the carpet, people are starting to talk about it. I think it's been around for a while. Yes, it's a European thing, it's a Western thing. From in the UK, I'm based in the UK. The UK, there's a rampant craziness of it going on. And I do feel like sometimes, to a certain extent, us down here in Africa, we tend to, in a way, we kind of mirror what the Europeans or the Americans or the British are doing sometimes. But now we're starting to, and the only difference is that by the time we bring it over here and we add our own effigy to it, it turns into something totally different. So I do believe that it's something that we're starting to talk about, but it's been going on for a very, very long time.
So do you think it's something we've learned from the West, or it's something that we're just now realizing that as Africans, being monogamous just doesn't suit us, Shadi?
I mean, first of all, I think from a female perspective and a male perspective is very different. In terms of Africa now, Nigeria now, a lot of people, and I'm talking about single people, a lot of single people tell me, for instance, oh, Shade, you should have like 4 guys. Like, don't, you know, be with one guy until maybe he's, you know, you're engaged. Like, you know, so a lot of people are more like, keep your options open now. Is that
in terms of being a serial dater? So you date more than one guy at the same time?
Yes, or? A lot of people tell me to do that now, and I'm like, that's not really me. So I think we are evolving. Like he said, there's an evolution of thought. Yeah. So a lot of young people are seeing that, okay, you know, our mothers, you know, they had one guy and that's it. That was it, you know. In terms of polygamy, the truth is, we've always had open relationships. It's just that we never talked about it, whether we like it or not. Yes,
I mean, a
lot of men are dipping in ponds that don't belong in the compound. A lot of, you know, so we've literally been having open relationships.
I'm sorry, I can't picture my grandmother just, oh no, ew, no.
She wouldn't tell you though, would she?
No.
I mean, the thing is this, yeah. We're in a phase where I have loads of friends who, well, a handful of friends who have half brothers and sisters. And mostly same dad, but different moms. And these are people in the 20s. So it's a thing whereby you realize, and there's a handful of them. So when you trace the chronology of time back, you realize that when the daddies were busy doing his thing, it was back in the days. So it goes to show you that this thing has been around for a while. And okay, maybe back then they weren't as protected.
There was no label for it.
There was no label for it, you know what I'm saying, at the time back then. And back then, you know, majority of it turned into a seed. And in this day and age whereby people are having a whole bunch of options, so it doesn't have to get as far as having
But it was mostly the guys back then.
And
yeah, but then the guys were more open about it. The guys were more allowed to do it. Society allows men to... Even now, even if you had an open relationship, society would still say, okay, they would still look at the man and say, okay, yeah, you're in an open relationship, that's great. But then a woman does the same thing a man does in an open relationship, and they're like, oh, you are hoe.
Come to think about it, it's true. So. If a guy does it, you're the man. If a girl does it, you're a hoe. But it's a thing.
Doesn't mean the girls are not doing it. Doesn't mean the women are not doing it.
I think women do it more, but they can hide it better. Yeah. Absolutely. I think women are bigger creeps.
Did you say creep?
Absolutely.
When he said
no.
Okay.
Yes, women are bigger creeps. Now, someone said, I mean, a friend of mine, a woman, she said to me, look, Josh, no guy really wants you unless he puts a ring in it. So until someone decides to put a ring in it, I am going to date as many people as I want. And that for me, it's a mentality thing.
But there's a difference between dating and being in a relationship with somebody.
Absolutely.
Dating is you're calling me, we might have sex, we might have dinner, whatever it is, but I'm not emotionally invested in whatever this is.
Right.
You're still sort of applying for the position. Relationship is, you know what, you and I, for me anyway, we're now exclusively doing
yes.
this.
Yes.
But even then, people tell me keep your options open, even when you are in a serious relationship, because it's like the truth is, even if you agreed with your partner and said, look, we are in an open relationship, like your partners, you will say, oh, you know what, we're dating, but we're in an open relationship. It will still not be. Society will still look at you as an African woman and say, open relationship, you. Which kind? You're just looking for a video to just go and but the man is like, you got a chick that allowed you to go and sleep with other chicks. You are the man.
I don't believe that you can be in a relationship defined as you quote and be in an open relationship. You can't have both. Absolutely.
No, I actually disagree.
If you're in a relationship, like full-blown relationship, and you say you're going out in an open relationship, that's cheating. That's cool.
No. Cheating is when there's a lie.
What you just said.
Hang on. Let's hear Sade now.
Cheating is when there is deception, when there are lies. The truth is, I actually think open relationships would work if we were honest as a society. But we are not honest as a society yet.
Okay.
We're still growing in our evolution of thought hasn't reached that point. I don't think it can work right now, not because of anything, not because of that, but because society isn't ready for that.
Okay.
But I would totally be in an open relationship if I could.
Okay.
Not because I want to.
Wait.
Let me just say this really quick.
No. You're gonna hold that thought. So we're gonna come back. Okay.
Right.
I have a question for you. Do you think open relationships is something that can become African as well? Tweet at us and make sure you call us as well. The number is on your screen. This is Love Lounge. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Love Lounge. Joshua's eager to just get his, go get your thoughts out there.
Absolutely, because we've just said that you can be in an exclusive relationship and still have an open relationship. Absolutely not. These are two of the opposite tangents. Exclusive relationships means it's me and you, nobody else, nothing else. But if you're telling me we're exclusive, but we can piss around town, then that's not.
It's not pissing around town. Though.
Exactly. It's not pissing around town.
Please, help me define an open relationship.
Open relationship is when we agree on what the boundaries are.
Let's define. You ask her a question.
No, see, if we decide that you and I were together, now we decide what are the parameters of our relationship. Now the parameters determine that, okay, you know what, we can invite another couple into our home and we can all have, a foursome. Or we can have, you can see one person, I can see. That is the honesty. The honesty in that is what makes you exclusive. It's not.
No. Let's call it that. Exclusivity simply means it's me and you.
No. Okay, you know where I disagree, Joshua? Do you know where I disagree? So she's just said, for instance, it's me and you, and we can have we can have this other couple be a part of the sexual part of our relationship.
Right.
And by you saying me, you, and this other couple, you're exclusive to that couple.
Okay, here's the thing.
For sex. Do you understand? So it's not like you're now still shagging other people.
The fact of the matter is this, The fact of the matter is we're just calling it all this stuff, but if we're gonna go to the utter definition of what things are, all right? This is it is what it is, right in front of us.
You were about to say fidelity, weren't you?
I wasn't going to say it. No, but
that's
it is not exclusivity.
Africa hasn't evolved enough. I'm sorry.
To me, it's got nothing to do with evolution of Africa. This is the state of Africa.
Most open relationships are not emotional. They're purely sexual.
Sorry.
So what happens is probably sometimes some partners feel like, okay, you know what, as your girlfriend, I might not be able to do this for you, but I'm going to bring someone who can do it for you. And there is an openness about that. That is so... See, a lot of people think, oh my God, that's so... No, that is kind of openness that if we had, we would have less people cheating. That's the truth. In my opinion.
What's your point?
If we have that kind of openness, we would have more people being less faithful.
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you're just
being honest. Hang on. You're being honest, right? You're owning the fact that I am somebody who enjoys sex. Maybe you want to have sex 5 times a day, or maybe you're somebody who wants to have sex with, there's you. Maybe you're a guy and you want to have sex with like 7 other people in the room.
Okay,
but you want to do that in a safe place with people that you know that I'm not going to go home and be like, wow, so I got herpes today. How do I tell my wife about it?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the more of this stuff, things that we encourage, or the more of the openness. Now, don't get me wrong, the more of this openness that we encourage, we do expose ourselves to more.
But how is this different to what happened back in the day where, like we said, polygamy was rife in Africa.
Here's the thing.
So wait. Let me land with my question.
All we're
So
saying is put some honesty in the polygamy.
Exactly.
Put some
Back in the day,
honesty.
people were hiding
We're
it.
calling it honesty.
Back in the day, maybe the guys mostly were the ones shagging around.
Of course.
Now we're saying, let's bring it all out on the table. Let's know what we're both doing.
Right.
And to a certain extent, I feel like the reason why people push back against open relationships in Africa is because women are actually trying to own the honesty in the fact that I'm a woman, I have my own desires, and I want to be treated like such.
Okay.
And I feel like sometimes some men in Africa push against it because they're like, no,
they
I don't want
that.
anybody to know that my wife is being shagged by somebody else. It's about the man's ego.
Absolutely.
But he can shag somebody else though.
Now here's the thing. Don't misquote me, right? Don't misquote me. If in the case whereby we want to be in an open relationship, let's call it that. But let's not say I'm in an open relationship, but I'm exclusive with you. No, that's my argument.
So you still don't think an exclusive relationship
Absolutely
is...
not. I will stand my ground on that.
And then I have to say you have not evolved in your thinking.
You can't tell me I've not evolved in my thinking because
I'm sorry.
no. You can't tell me I've
because
not evolved in my thinking
exclusivity doesn't mean you and me only. It means that you and me we understand.
Can we use the word exclusive?
Okay, can we find
Maybe we use it a bit too loose. Let's find the word of exclusivity. Let's go find what exclusivity means.
Let's remove exclusivity.
Okay, let's change the word.
We're talking about relationships.
Yes.
Fine.
So remove exclusivity
Okay.
now. So a relationship is when two people decide to be together.
Okay.
As friends, as husband and wife, as boyfriend and girlfriend, as stay at home, you stay at home. We have decided
agree with you that.
So now there is a communication. There should be a communication. Now, the way it is in Africa, husband marries wife stays at home or doesn't stay at home. He can choose whatever he wants. Society is like, yay, woman, she gives birth, she's looking. Everybody's like, all right, you are married.
Can I say something?
In the ideal in the US, in the UK, you have a lot of people in open relationships. Like I said, it is not an emotional thing.
Okay.
You find that if a man in Nigeria knew that, he could tell his wife that he wants to sleep with a Unilag girl, and the wife allows him, he will never cheat. I'm telling you.
That would
you
happen.
think really?
What? He would never
You're
cheat.
telling a Nigerian man, listen.
Do you know how stressful it is to cheat?
My guy, enter. What?
No.
Let's just cool it what it is. Okay, let me just say something.
You're missing it. You're missing it.
Let me say
Not
something.
go free.
Wait, let me say something. Let me say something. Now, you've just made the right word. You said, let's remove exclusivity. Let's call it relationship. Fine.
Okay.
Relationship, we're open to do other people. Fine. Because the problem I had was that word, exclusivity. The truth of the matter is, this whole idea of being in an open relationship, women can actually explore their sexuality now.
No. You see,
Absolutely.
see, let me tell you, I am not for open relationship because I want to explore my sexuality. No.
Let me
tell you the reason why I would prefer an open relationship. Because I know my man is going to dip his thing in
and
at
you cool
night.
with that.
I would prefer that I know that, look, he has told me, Shade, you know what,
This
Shade,
is what I'm getting up
Shade, you know
to.
what, I want a girl that her leg can go to the sky, can bend it like this. I can't
You're
bend.
watching Love Lounge. You're watching Love Lounge. Where Sade's future man may or may not need leg bending. If you have needs that you want to discuss, make sure you tweet at us. Our handle's on the screen right now. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Love Lounge. We're talking about open relationships and if they have a place in our African homes. Before we launch back into the little squabble you two were having there, I did love it. I want to read a message I got on Facebook. It's from Oluwakemi Cole. Oluwakemi says, I've been dating this guy for 3 years now.
Wow.
And I feel that we can do better with our relationship. I don't think he's putting in as much effort into the relationship as I am. Since he's actually my first, I don't know what it feels like being with anybody else. So I would like to know what it's like to be in a sexual relationship with somebody else. Please suggest what I should do or say to my partner about having an open relationship without denting his ego.
First of all, say 3 years. Oh shit. Lord of the Rings. What?
What? Really?
3 years?
Is 3 years too long to be in a relationship?
Oh, hell yeah.
You're first as well.
Maybe she's like 20. I mean, I don't think she should be that curious. There's nothing
out there.
I mean, for women,
You can't say she shouldn't be that curious. There's nothing out there because we hear all the time, it's long, it's small, there's different sizes that men has. You know, it bends to the left, it bends to the right, it's thick. She might want to know what other penises look like.
Sexual freedom comes when you as an individual are free. Your mind, you must evolve to the point where your body are one. A lot of females between the ages of before you're 30, it's very difficult to get to that point. It's very difficult, especially in Nigeria where we have no sexual education.
You don't want to lose something good because of your curiosity.
So this is why she wants to say to the guy, you know, let's have an open relationship, but she doesn't want to dent his ego.
Okay, how's about, because it depends on...
Dent his ego, he probably will say yes.
How's about, I mean, depending on the guy, how's about you as in the relationship, they spice things up? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a thing whereby she's trying to go out
there... She wants different
I mean, it's fair enough she wants to go and try that, but sometimes you could lose something good that you have. Yes, I know it might not be a perfect relationship, but you have something good here. And the emergence of another complication like this, or sorry, not the word complication, the emergence of a desire like this could really mess up the relationship, and you could lose that person forever.
But what if it doesn't? What if by her saying that,
what if
Oluwakemi's boyfriend then realized, you know what, I've been thinking the same thing too, and I just haven't said anything, so let's do it. What if he says, you know what, let's not see other people, let's pick one person and bring that person to our bed with us?
Okay. In the history of Nigerian men, what are the possibilities?
I don't know. I haven't been with a lot of Nigerian men personally, so I don't know that I can answer that.
This is our community, and this is our society now, right? This is our society now. What my point exactly? You say to another man, let's go and try and do other people.
So you have evil spirits.
When you go, don't come back. You know.
I disagree with that because I know that Nigerian men wife swap. I know Nigerian men have
absolutely. That's my next point.
Orgy parties. There's. Did you say ish?
It's usually without the wives, though. The men have orgy parties.
The men have orgy parties, true.
Most times it's men.
Nigerian men do threesomes with their friends, couple, kind of.
Right. Look, I'm not disputing all of that. You know what I'm saying? You're right. And again, it comes back down to the individual. She could say it to a man, and the man would be like, okay, I'm all for it. And the man could also, it could go the other way. Experiment in your relationship first. Do other things that could spice up your relationship. And if in the case whereby you feel your desire is still strong for elsewhere, then put it to your man like, yes, we've tried this, we've tried that. Why don't we try?
What is it this and that?
Well,
that can be tried.
I mean, well, you know,
she's been shagging the same guy for 3 years.
Make it fun. Role play, Tarzan and Jane. Do a whole bunch of stuff. Do a whole bunch.
She's swinging from trees.
Absolutely.
I honestly think there's something wrong with her relationship. It's not about another.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can say prick. You can say cock.
Oh, I can say cock.
Yes,
oh my God.
I mean, just so you know,
oh my God, I feel liberated.
Just to let you guys know.
Throw the cocks everywhere.
There's a guy here. Just put it out there.
Okay, cool.
I honestly, because the truth is, out of women, let's say 80% of women who want to dip the toe out of their relationship, it's mainly because there is something missing. It's a vacuum. I agree. So I don't think it's a sexual thing as much as there's something that's missing. Yeah. There's something missing from her boyfriend. That's what. So she thinks it has to do with sexual. Generally, men go for younger girls. So I'm gonna assume he's older. So he has more experience. Now, if she tells him that he's coming short sexually, that's going to bruise his ego. You and I know that. Men are so sensitive about, oh my God, I say my prick is small. Oh my God.
And then you now say, let's bring someone else into the picture?
No, but at that point, it means that the guy needs to do something
of course, about it.
A lot of guys do not, honestly, Nigerian men do not know how to I'm sorry if I couldn't say that. I'm sorry.
Have you Nigerian?
I'm going to base it on the ones I have, in general. They think that it's just by having big...
You're a Nigerian man watching and you would like to contest what you've just heard, please tweet at us and let us know. We can, if you want to draw us pictures as well of what you can do and how well. Again, Love Lounge. Defend your honor. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Love Lounge. I see your messages and I'm just going to hand you over to the people who are responsible for the messages today. You're causing an outcry right now.
Good. I think there's so many things that we don't talk about that we should.
Yes.
So one of the things that you said, Shade Ladipo, is the fact that you believe having an open relationship actually encourages us as Africans to be more honest in our relationships. I really appreciate that. You can stop smirking now. Because I do feel we lie a lot, or we don't really express.
Men.
Even the women, because there are women who have urges that we just don't feel that we're comfortable enough to express with our partners because we don't want to be judged.
Yeah.
We don't want to be looked at like we're weird. You know, and I think if an open relationship will make that happen, I would say go for it. I really encourage that.
Why? Can I speak?
Please do.
Well, you say, look, this is Nigeria. Okay, this is
stop
not
talking like
can,
this.
Can we?
Nigeria.
No. Can I just?
What does that mean?
Will you let me finish?
Sorry.
Put it this way.
He's already said we're angry women.
No, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is for me? Is the fact that we have a problem when.
Who's we? Humans or Nigerians?
Women. Okay, let me talk about women.
You don't speak for women, you speak for men.
Okay, wait. There's a problem if in the case whereby we're in a relationship and then we say, you know, we have a problem when our parents step out on us. Our partners step out on us. Now, if when I say, okay, we're in an honest relationship, honest, open relationship, like you say, my partner, okay, as long as you let me know, you can go out and this is the person we've selected. You've just given this man a pass to go and do whatever and still come in the pretense of we're in an open relationship. Oh, I banged so. But we're in an open relationship.
Yeah, but an open relationship doesn't mean it's just the guy who does that.
Like,
you as a woman, you also get the chance to do what you want to do.
What are we building here?
No, see.
What are we building here?
Wait,
because
Joshua.
it's the generation after us that will suffer the consequences.
Joshua, the first thing is men always think that is what an open relationship is. That is not an open relationship.
You guys have just been talking about open relationship.
No. It's not just sex.
No. An open relationship is when there is honesty. An open relationship means that if we are honest with each other, you can tell me as my husband, you know what, Sade, I would like a woman who will put on a uniform and spank me. And he will tell me because either one of the two, either I provide that for him in me, or I give him permission to go and get that outside.
Okay. So
now, no, I'm not done. Now, most times what would happen is in an open relationship, because a man is that open with you, he will give you the opportunity to provide it for you. And if a woman is in that kind of relationship, she will provide it. I will be any kind of, any uniform you wear, I will wear it.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that the whole idea of open relationships, that there are parameters to it.
Yes. That's what we said. That's what we said from the word go.
Parameters to it, but you must understand where I'm coming from a guy's perspective.
That's the thing. Guys just always think
it's not carte blanche for you to go and cheat. It's not carte blanche for you to misbehave.
I'm just saying that you must understand that there's a vast majority of dudes out there who will use that as an open ticket to go and
No, but
cheat.
if you're doing that, then you're not emotionally mature enough to understand what it is you have with your partner and how special it is. Because sometimes being in an open relationship and you're able to define what you want is because you're actually trying to protect what you have.
So openness in a relationship is
literally being open.
Okay.
Inside the relationship.
But then we're saying we're open to bringing different parties in as well.
With that is what
if husband and wife say, you know what? If husband and wife say, we would like to, I would like to be with another person. Okay, let's bring them together and let's have a foursome. Yes, that's the sexual part that we see a lot in movies and books, but that's just one aspect of it. The ability to be able to tell your husband that I would like you to tickle me in a certain way that you don't tickle, or you know what, your is not big enough. Let's get a dildo that is this big and one grind me from behind.
Yeah, but that
is the honesty. That's the openness.
That's fine. I know I can trust you that you can be in a relationship with me. But I know that we're in an open relationship, but I would like it if you don't abuse that trust. Does that make sense? I'd like that you have the opportunity to go and do whatever, but ideally, I'd love it that you don't abuse it.
What would the abuse look like for you?
Abuse of this open relationship.
This trust.
This trust would be an excessiveness of the use of that free card.
Thank you very much for watching us. That's it for tonight on Love Lounge. Join us again next week on EbonyLife TV.
Alright, so this guy, they got into a place of relationship where they started to fall apart, and he felt her going in another direction, and he felt himself once started to step out, and he felt, again, it's either I make it work or we call it quits, and then he realized